I wanted to briefly talk about Doubting Thomas, which is my favorite part of Easter. Um, so, Doubting Thomas is a disciple who he's not in the room when Jesus appears the night before of his resurrection, or the night before the first Easter. He appears to the other disciples in this room where the doors are locked because they're hiding from Jewish law, and they're afraid they're going to be, killed because they are followers of Jesus. And Jesus has now been crucified. And he appears to them, and there's no way he could have gotten in because the doors were all locked. And he says, peace be with you. And they're just like amazed, and it transforms the space from a place of hiding to a place of mission, where they realize that, there is no death here with Jesus and his teachings. Doubting Thomas was told of this and didn't believe it, and said, I won't believe this until I can put my hands into the wounds of Christ, or I can feel it with my own hands and see it with my own eyes. And then a week later, he appears, I believe, outside of the tomb to Thomas and Mary Magdalene. I could be getting the timeline wrong. And Thomas then, feels his wounds and realizes that he's been resurrected. And what it's supposed to teach is that, in sort of simplification, a simplification of it, I think Jesus says, "Blessed are those who believe but have not seen," in lesser words. So it teaches us that, just because our logical mind tells us something isn't possible, it still could be possible. Just because we may be trapped in a way of seeing doesn't mean that miracles can't happen. And that really is the message of Jesus. And that is the message I want to impart to you today, that miracles can happen. And you can change your life. You can be healed. And I love you so much.